Okay, let's go live. It's James speaking, trainingsites.io. ChatGPT just dropped something 15 or 16 hours ago. Huge disruption for the education space, and it's maybe not what you were thinking because it's ChatGPT group chat. Yeah, that thing that you have on your phone that you're probably using every day, where you've got either family members or coworkers, maybe it's Slack or some other tool, but it's that group chat where there's a group of people talking back and forth about a particular topic or subject. ChatGPT just announced it 15 hours ago. We now have group chat in ChatGPT. It's being piloted right now. 4 or 5 countries that it's available in. I'm going to show you where it is and kind of how it works. We'll start from there. But this is a huge fundamental shift for the education space. Now I'm going to put this link here for us so that you can see it. And one of the things that you're going to see that jumps out in the documentation, again, this is a release document. Today's what? Today's the 14th. This was out on the 13th of November. And I think it was out late last night, some of the other posts that I had. Now, what's the first thing you notice here? We've got a chat interface. It's on a mobile device. Now, my understanding is that this is available on the desktop, in the app, and the mobile device in those countries. And there's 4 or 5 countries. I'll list them for you as it's being rolled out. Now take a look at the screen. This is exactly what we're used to, right? We've got emojis, we've got a little profile picture, we've got multiple people, we have a group chat on a smartphone. So this is going to be an interface that is common, familiar with us, and it is something that is not you as an individual chatting with an AI tool. This is a group of people and ChatGPT in a one topic interactive discussion, just like we're used to, except we've got now one person that's quite a bit smarter than all of us put together. And that's why I think it's going to be a huge problem for all of the people in the education space, whether it be creating courses or in the traditional classroom teaching, all that kind of stuff. So here's some of the notes. What happens, and they're talking about this here. So I'm talking about it from the education space. The examples they give here, with group chats, you can bring families, friends, or coworkers. I'm thinking stuff like Slack and Teams and all of those other pieces here. Teams probably has something with Copilot there. I'm not up on Teams, but any of the times where you're doing group chats, we've now got another person in the chat automatically. Whether you're organizing, so we've got all this stuff here. So there's the notes. Starting to roll out mobile and web for logged in ChatGPT users and on all of the levels. New Zealand, South Korea, and Taiwan. Pilot is a small first step, and they're just kind of getting stuff together. So here's some other things on how it works. And I just want to read this because these are some of the ones, and I'll show you how to get it started. If you're in one of those countries or you've got access to be browsing from another country so that it does, which is what I did, just to show you how it starts. So you're going to notice when I go to my other screen, on the top, there's some people, a little people icon in the top right-hand corner. And what you can do is when you're in an existing chat and or you want to start a new chat, you're going to click that button and it is going to open up a separate group chat. So my understanding from reading this and playing around with it is normally on the left-hand side when you're doing a chat here, let me just open this up. When you're doing a chat, you can see what happens here. There we go. Yeah, on the left-hand side, I've done a couple tests here. So we have like projects, custom GPTs. I've now got one called group chats, group chat query access, and then my chats. So we've added another whole folder here that gives us a little bit of different, a different place for these chats that are separate from our normal chats, okay? And what happens here is it says, when you invite other people, up to 20 people, you get a link. I'll show you that link in a second. You'll be asked to set up a short profile with your name, username, and photo so everyone knows who's in the conversation. And that's that new label section on the sidebar. And they have some examples here of taking a look at what's going on. And tap the people icon, invite people, find the group chats in the sidebar, and then begin your group chat. So again, very familiar interface, everything that we're already doing before, it is there and ready to use. Now, this is the part that's really interesting for me. And there's a couple things. I'm going to go through them. And actually, why don't I do this? Go and take a look at these notes. I just pulled out some of the parts that I think are really important when we're looking at it from the education space. And there's a couple things that really stand out for me. And let's just go through them here. Here's the part, there's three big ones right off the bat that are interesting. The first one is, let's make sure I pull this up here, is 20 people are allowed in these group chats. So that's 19 people, including you, plus ChatGPT is in the chat. So 20 people, 19 plus an AI. First one is second thing is you can join and view prior messages. These are group chats forever and ever unless you, as the start of the group chat, delete it. This is something that means that if you want to add someone 2 months from now to the group chat, they can come and join that group chat as long as it's under the 20 people. They can also join and view all of the prior messages and respond to the prior messages. So this is a living kind of document or chat that is for a group of people. Okay, join and view prior messages. And then here's the other thing. And again, these are just my rough notes. I put them together this morning just so that I had them in front of me to go over this as I'm testing all of it. But any of the thing that you would normally have in a chat, all those little emojis and short forms and be right backs and laughing out louds, all of these things are all available for it. And we can also reply to specific messages. This is a thread, a group chat where people get together. So it's not a single, everyone's in the same one. If someone makes a response to something or does something in the chat, we can respond individually to each of the particular ones. Now, single thread views and join is there, but also the file uploads. What they talked about was being able to upload text, upload images, upload videos to be shared amongst the group. Now, I don't know any of the limitations or anything on it at this point, but this opens up a whole other can of worms in the education space, which I'll cover on in a second. But this is stuff, you know, if you're using WhatsApp, you take a picture of something, a screenshot on your phone, you've got something in your photo library, it goes up, you've got a video, you've got links to other things. These are available in the group chats now. And this is the one that was really important. AI behavior in the group chat where AI is the participant. So if I start a group chat, it's my AI that I've introduced to this group chat and invited these other people in. So it's like me and ChatGPT, and we're inviting 18 other people in, or 19 other people in. I'm not entirely sure on that number. I know it's 20 in total. I don't know if they're counting the ChatGPT as the one. But you can give special instructions to your AI/ChatGPT participant. And that means you can tell it how to react, when to react, what to react to. All of those instructions can be ones that you customize for this individual chat. Okay? So how does it react? When does it react? When kind of reacting? Why would I even bother, or why is that important to me? So let's take a look at what happens in the education space. I've got an idea of how it works now, right? And I'm thinking, okay, I sell courses, I do cohorts, I create content for my courses. Maybe I do live lectures or webinars and use courses for support. Maybe I have a community for a discussion group. What happens now? In the past, all of the work that we did about courses or education, not all of it, I'm generalizing, was about content as the product. I've been saying for the past year that it's an experience plus the community. This is that jump from ChatGPT being a content producer to being part of the experience and the interaction that is a live collaboration within a community. This is that one of these first steps for over the next 400 days when all of these things are going to hit the fan for AI in education, this massive disruption that's coming. And these are just 5 or 6 that I came up with quickly just when I was looking at this. And again, I'm going to do as many videos as I can as quickly as I can. But I was just thinking about cohorts, you know, and I know there's typing errors here and it's not properly formatted, just that'll get cleaned up. And again, if you're having, all of this material goes into trainingsites.io/join. That's my privately branded campus where I give away my content. It's all there available for you to learn from it, start playing around with it, working with it with me in this space as it changes. But we're looking at this piece here, and I'm looking at collaborations and cohorts. So if I was going to have a cohort, the cohort is limited to the number of students, a start date, an end date, and the availability of the instructor or the teacher to be in the cohort, right? And it is often dripped content and or project steps that actually get done. What happens now when we have a group chat where the cohort is the group chat? It has access to AI within it directly. It's not limited to the availability of the teacher or the instructor. It can work on all of the content within it, and it's available to start and finish whenever the people in the group are. I don't know what's going to happen there. It's group collaboration with AI, not necessarily the teacher. And this is also, to a shared project workspace. If you're doing that same idea with cohorts, but you're looking for a particular task to be done during that piece, you can upload files, transcripts, work that has been done, bring it back into the project. Even things like ChatGPT projects, which has sharing of the project and special instructions for the project. This is the next step, because not only do we have a shared project where people can collaborate, one of the collaborators now is ChatGPT to be working in and on the project with the other people. So that means the workspace, special instructions, previous chats, everything is in this one piece. And you can ask ChatGPT to go take a look at the work that one, multiple, all people have done, brainstorm on it. All of these things can actually work on individual threads and or individual products or part of a group chat. And even things like community engagement. If you're building a community, often it was harder to get people engaged. We now have someone that's engaged as often as we want, whenever we want, and can engage any other member of the community just by us giving special instructions to someone maybe who has asked a question or visited a page or has not asked a question or has taken a course or has not taken a course in our privately branded campus. This is an active participant now in the groups, in the discussions, in the feeds. Content, not the product. Experience and community is where all the learning is going to be taking. So you've got AI as a participant and a co-facilitator, not something to just respond to prompts. And even that AI behavior, when you start thinking about how this applies, you can have different behaviors for different group discussions. For example, you may have ChatGPT for brainstorming that questions everything that people come up with, or offers different opinions on something. Maybe you have one that uses Socratic teaching and only asks questions at certain times based on certain parts of the discussion, or initiates discussions based on where things are going, directing at some. So you can create all of these custom behaviors. It's your creativity on how you get that participant to be involved in the group chats. And then the other part that jumped out for me, of course, is the privacy. Now, what they did is they did say that there's no access to personal memory profiles. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. That's how I would want it. And I think that's why they asked you to create your profile and a name and image, friendly name when you get started. So I said I would actually show you what the interface looks like. I'll do that. Sorry I didn't do it earlier, but this stuff is a huge disruption. It's not the status quo. It's happening fast. It's more than content. We've now got an active participant in the classes and in the courses and in the communities that we're building. So I'm excited about this. I hope you are too. This is cool stuff that's happening. So here's how it works. Let me go to ChatGPT. We'll open up a chat. And again, I put the notes here as well. Where was the chat that I'm going to do? Let's go to, actually, we'll do a new chat. I'm going to open up a new chat here on the left-hand side. I'm just going to do a new one. There we go. And look at this one. Now it's gone away again. Let's see if I can get it to come up. Start a group chat. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm in the group chat one. Start a group chat. I'm just going to do the click. We've now got a group chat. It says add people or chats to your plan, share ideas, and get creative. So we've now got a group chat that's there. And see, it comes up here. There's the link. I'm going to copy the link and I can invite others. So this is exactly the same as a chat. Now I don't have someone to add, but we can invite them with the link. I wonder if I can do that. Actually, what I'll do is go and play around with this, see what you have it. I'm going to do another video where I'm going to have someone else logged in so we can actually start playing around with it. But that's where it is. It's up in the top, and I would think on mine, there's training sites, add people. I just did a click. That's me, my name. And what do I do on this one? Add people. It just gives me the link. Reset link and delete link. Okay, so we got some choices there. I'm going to play around with these chats, see how they work with other people. But it's here. It's coming quickly. Couple countries, up to 20 people. That's as far as I know at this point. Keep your eyes on this. Start thinking, am I going to create a course or am I going to create a learning experience that's AI enhanced in my own privately branded campus? And if that's the case, join in trainingsites.io. Love for you to come in, share your experiences. Let's have some fun and show people how to start, build, and grow their education business. Take care and expect the best.